You guys, welcome back to another episode of Bona Fide Bus. This time we wanted to tell you about something that has been completely changing how we do bus life, and that is our new e-bikes from Rad Power. Having a second mode of transportation has been really big for us, and I could see that being true for any kind of vehicle that you live in. We go get groceries, we both go to work on them. They're a form of safety and they're really fun. So some people will tow like a car behind their van or have some kind of dual sport motorcycle. We thought about doing that, but we didn't want to have the extra registration fees, the extra insurance fees, and then also there's the whole parking your car and your skoolie, and we don't really do a lot of campsites, so having bikes that we can just throw on a hitch on the back of the bus is so much easier. We got the Hollywood rack. It's on the Rad Power website, and it supports over 150 pounds, which is good because each of these bikes are over 70 pounds with all the accessories on them. It folds forward so we can still open our back door a little bit, and it folds up nice and small when the bikes aren't on the rack. Alright, this California sun is so hot, so we're getting creative with staying cool, and I'm gonna stand in the shade for a few minutes. Alright, after our Highway 1 trip, Eric and I were in mid-Oregon, and the bus broke down. Thankfully, when the bus broke down, we were in a parking lot with a lot of people around, and we've had cell service, but had we broken down 12 hours prior, we would have been caught in the middle of nowhere with no cell reception in a place where we didn't know anyone, and we didn't even know which direction to walk to get cell coverage. So if you're ever boondocking, just in the middle of nowhere, really consider having a second mode of transportation, because you never know when you're gonna run out of gas. You might need water. I don't know, something sketchy could happen, and the fact that now we have these bikes that can take us 45 miles on a single charge really makes us feel better. Okay, we're gonna take the bikes down and we're gonna show you which bike each of us got, the accessories, and why. I went with the Rad Rover Step Through version 1. It's clearly a fat tire e-bike. I wanted that so that I could do trails and go on the beach. I got the Step Through so that I didn't have to swing my leg over when I'm getting on it. And I have the front rack and the rear rack for carrying all of my items, and so far I have been very pleased.
I went with the Rad Rover electric fat bike version 5. You do have this bar, so you do have to swing over. We knew we wanted the full-size bikes just for the full performance. We wanted the shocks in the front, and I also went with the front and rear rack.
Safety is clearly important, but I cannot emphasize enough how convenient these make our daily lives. To kind of put that in context, let me explain what our daily lives look like. So we spend most of our time right now in Orange County, and there's a bunch of parks along the coast, and we have access to them through our state park pass. So that is where we go to when we get up in the morning. It's where we get our water. It's where we take care of business. It's where we recreate, surf, and we work out of the bus there. So basically what we can do with the bikes is park the bus in one location, and if Eric has a client, I have a gig, whatever, we don't have to worry about going to schedule and pick each other up and drop each other off in the bus. And if the hills are too big and if parking's difficult, it doesn't matter, because we can just leave the bus in one spot and take our bikes on our merry way.
What's up, guys? I am just heading back to the bus from work. Took the e-bike to work this morning. we haven't really told you guys what we do for work, so I'm gonna give you a little lowdown, and that kind of just changed recently. First, I have a creative branding agency. Like, we do video marketing, online social advertising, as you guys probably guessed. So went to work, have my camera backpack on right now. Tripod is strapped to the back. And Sarah has been at the state park all day. Speaking of state parks, Sarah just got a job at San Diego State Historic Park. So we're gonna be spending some time down in San Diego, which will be really cool, and bouncing back up to Orange County. But yeah, it was so convenient this morning. Had to be up early, shoot in LA. Hold on, merging onto a big road. Chill. Shoot in LA, and just ripped the bike up to the guys, my buddy's partner's house. Ran up there and heading back.
So where we are right now, everything is pretty condensed in these towns. You're not more than a mile away from a grocery store in general. So we can go do little errands. We can do little grocery runs on our bikes. We're near thrift stores. I've been really into sewing lately, and if I want a certain fabric, I can go pick it up really quick. One time I was in the middle of cooking and our propane ran out, and Eric just took the propane off, threw it on his bike, and went and filled it up at the gas station and was back in like 10 minutes. Makes things so easy. For us to have to pack the entire bus up and put everything away just to run into town for a little something is such a headache. And especially now that it's summertime and everything's really busy and congested, we're actually way faster on the bikes than we would be in the bus. So we've been using less gasoline, putting less miles on the bus, and instead we've been using energy from the sun to get around, and I just think that is so cool. Before we got them, we were really curious about whether we'd be able to charge them on our solar system or not. We don't really do campgrounds, so we don't have any plugins or anything. We do everything on our solar, and so far it's worked out really well. It's sunny here all the time, and even on, you know, a cloudy day where it's not complete overcast, we can charge them just fine. You can get anywhere between 25 to 45 miles on a single charge with these bikes. They are 7-speed bikes, and it really just depends how hard you help the bike go. If you're pedaling and just using the pedal assist, you can go super far. If you're using the throttle the whole time and going uphill, you're not gonna get as far. And not to state the obvious, but they are so much fun. I literally feel like a child riding mine. And you can access so many different places on them. You can go on the road, bike path, or dirt trail. And even here, for example, on low tide, you can take them down to the beach. Huge thank you to Rad Power for sending us these bikes. Clearly, they've changed the way that we do bus life. Speaking of bus life, we are kind of going to be in the Southern California area for the next couple of months. We don't have any big trips planned, so If you guys have anything in particular you want to know about how we live or the bus, whatever it may be, write a comment below because we need some video ideas. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.